Okay. There we go. 1 second. Probably should have looked into reducing the stream delay, but whatever. Yeah, so I'm probably going to be working on taking a look at the physics issues that Jan was having yesterday. I mean, we pretty much already know why those issues exist, but they shouldn't. And basically the issue is, it has to do with us treating children of entities as colliders for parent. Rather, the issue is when you don't have it parented. That's when you get some rotation problems. I may end up working on some other stuff as well. I believe it was in physics scene. Yeah. This code needs to change, and in create actor, we need to not do this. I need to check which key is the mute button. Haven't streamed in quite a while, so. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to launch this in debug mode so that I can attach the physics debugger, and I really wish I could use the physics debugger without having to do it in debug mode. Debug mode is slow. Yeah, there definitely seems to be quite a stream delay. That's annoying. I thought I had disabled that. That's fine. So let's have a look. So I hit play. Oh. And apparently that didn't work. There we go. Yeah. So this is obviously not correct. And like Jan discovered, it's because the rotation gets applied twice. I shouldn't have closed that, but whatever. So the only reason the rotation has to be applied twice is because we could potentially have children actors that aren't actually actors, they're just shapes. So I think just get rid of that. We technically don't need to check for an existing actor, but I think this function should be pretty optimized. Yeah, because we no longer iterate through the entire map. So we get everything with a transform, we check. Why do we do this? Because we've already dealt with those. Yeah, but we don't need this code anymore. And I think that means that inside of physics actor, where we have add shape, we can just get rid of this offset, because that wasn't even correctly named. That should have been like child transform or something. Also, I saw that Jan did like some super weird stream today. I think it was just like streaming while he was having like a regular work day, not actually, you know, coding on stream, which I thought was quite interesting. It shifts. Also, this in general isn't good code because we're assigning a default value to like a reference, which MSVC allows, but I don't think any other compiler allows it by default. GCC might, but I doubt it. Oh, and this doesn't have the fix. Ooh. This is obviously not good. We're taking a reference to component, which we shouldn't do. But I fixed that in a different branch, which should get merged pretty soon. Jan told me to test out that branch so we can merge it to master. Felt like I was gonna have to sneeze. Okay. So we should change back to this with just the offset. Why do we have to rotate it? 90 degrees. Okay. Okay, so the capsules are aligned in a different way. Okay. I think that fixes that issue. Just one moment. There we go. So, let's start up. And now it looks correct. Let's probably make sure that the forest game works as well. Oh, yeah. That's the problem. So it's probably LD50 new that I need to take a look at. Because the other one only works with the physics refactor branch. Right now at least. Wow. Alright. Yeah. That's annoying. Well, we got the data we needed at least. That crash just happens because I have a surround sound headset, and we apparently don't support it. I mean, that looks correct. And this looks correct. So it does seem to be working now. Which is good. And that should mean all of these are individual actors, which is exactly what we want. Cool. Now, this doesn't have Jan's fix for the play controller. It has the one that Xerox did, which he basically unfroze the wire rotation, which means that we start spinning whenever we collide, which is kind of annoying. But I'm not gonna fix that. Good. Let's quickly go ahead and push. I'm certain this is already on master, this fix. There's no way it isn't. Script engine internal. And it's under load app assembly. Really, it isn't. I forgot to push that. Okay. Let's make sure to do that. I'm not actually sure what that code would have done before. Like if the file didn't exist. Oh well. Let's go ahead and push that. Good. Also, I think quite a few of these issues are no longer actually relevant. Yeah, because all of this would have been fixed in the Ludum Dare merge. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and clean some of those up once I'm done with the stream. Both editor and runtime scene settings. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So that's pretty much what I wanted to do with the physics. Now I'm probably gonna do some work on the scripting if there's anything left to do, which I imagine there is. Right, I have to test this code. Basically, we have this environment variable that we set, which is kind of needed in order to generate C# projects. I'm not a fan of it, but previously we had to basically set it through a pop-up that would appear the first time you ever launch Hazel. But I kind of want to set it automatically every time we launch a different version of Hazel, just for simplicity, because that will make things less confusing. I'll also do that. Let's see here. Not bad. So that's currently set to scripting. So let's go ahead and change it to something else. We need to exit out. Yeah. So, if I now just launch this, it should update to be scripting. Except we don't have file system here. What? Oh, this isn't in the Hazel namespace. My bad. There we go. That's better. Okay. And it's been updated. Cool. Now, there is one more thing I want to do, which is somewhere in here. Here. I basically want a Way for people to regenerate the Visual Studio solution for their project through Hazel. And that basically just involves running the correct batch file. So, regenerate Visual Studio solution. We need the project path, which should just be project directory. We do that because we're running a command, and we'll do that and run it. And it does seem to work. I think. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. The fact that we also regenerate the script core project. So, which project was this? Was it Sandbox project? No, it's not. Scripting Sandbox. And that does seem to have worked. Cool. That was easier than I thought. Trying to think. Making it so we can create project like C# scripts through Hazelnut may be something we want, because that way we can create it from a template. What's up, Talks Girls? Yes, I think I'm gonna be working on that. Now, the only problem with that is we need to recognize C# files as proper assets. Which shouldn't be too difficult, because we technically already do that under asset types. I think it's script. Asset extensions. Yeah, the only difference is we don't associate it with a file type. So we should probably do that. I think we kind of have to do a bit more than that to actually get it working. Maybe. But this should make it show up at least. Yeah. Oh, and it has the a pretty weird logo. Now, in theory, I can actually drag this. No, I can't. Because it hasn't loaded a script asset. It's why. That will require us to go on our assets serializer, I suspect. Yeah. We need a script serializer. Because we have like a script asset as well, which holds the class ID. Okay. I think we generate those in script cache somewhere. Yeah, exactly. So how do we do this? Okay, so we need script asset. So we need to actually find the class ID. Yeah. How am I gonna do that? Because I have the file path. Get manage class by name. Now I think that requires the entire class name. Sucks girls, thanks for following. Much appreciated. So I don't want to make the requirement that you have to name the file the same as the class, although that's in general good practice, I think. All right, 1 second. Okay. What would be a good way of doing this? We kind of have to like almost parse the file. The thing is, in order for this to properly work, we kind of have to enforce the fact that you can only have one, say, entity class in each file, which I think is good practice either way. Right, so you can't have multiple entities in a single file. And we could also say that you have to call the file the exact same thing as the entity class, which yeah, I think I'm fine with that. We could also do like the Hazel Tools extension, create a new yeah, I know Unity forces that. I'm not a huge fan of that, to be honest, which is why I'm kind of thinking that we create our own kind of Visual Studio template for instead of doing what we're currently doing. But the thing is, I still want the ability to like drag and drop like if we return false here, so I can just show it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Unity kind of enforcing that in a way, because if you have multiple really small kind of entity scripts then that are all kind of related to each other, I think it makes a lot more sense to kind of put those in a single file as opposed to having like 50 smaller files. And also it's a question of the kind of what workflow we're going for. So far, like the entire kind of C# workflow has been contained in Visual Studio itself, which means that like as a programmer you can work pretty much exclusively in Visual Studio without even opening up Hazelnut. Because currently I still need to like have this try-load data function somehow if I want to let people can drag the file in like that. But maybe that's not even necessary, since you can literally just click here and you get a list of all assets. Although we haven't actually built this. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not a fan of the file of having them kind of appear as files, now that I think about it. But what I would be a fan of is making, why did I close that? Making a kind of Hazel script, kind of entity script template for Visual Studio, which could kind of ship as part of the Hazel Tools extension. So I think I actually want to go for that instead. Problem is I have no idea how to actually do that. Where was it I added it? Here. Yeah. Let's actually see Visual Studio custom template. So can I include this in? Can I include it? Yeah, so I can actually include it as part of an extension project. Okay, cool. Let's actually do that. So we're gonna get to see some Visual Studio extension stuff. Do I have the Hazel Tools extension cloned? No, I don't. So let's go ahead and grab that. It's on GitHub. And this is like a public repository, so you guys can check it out if you want. Let's clone it into Hazel, I think. Cool. Maybe I should create actual template as its own project though. And kind of its own solution as well. Because I'm not sure it wants me, like it will like me adding it here. I mean, it kind of makes sense to have it be part of the Hazel Tools project. I don't know, Hazel, B# template project. I guess. Framework, I don't think really matters too much. Okay. How'd I do this then? So references, okay? Oh. We have to do this. Okay, cool. Here. I'm gonna move this over to the side. So we have a project type. Okay. Actually, let's not. So we should probably add a language tag. Because I don't see that we have one. Alright. Yeah, that looks fine. Can I like create a, like tell it to kind of populate a bunch of like methods and stuff like that? Yeah, I could create a code snippet, but I kind of don't want to do that. So this is the content. Which, that doesn't seem like what I want. Oh, so we actually have like a template here. Okay. First of all, it should be public. So this is the actual assembly of things. Wait, what? Get what that is, but good. So entity, we need. Let's not include that. Using Hazel. Entity. We'll have a font create. Well, thank you for that. We'll also provide an update. Like that. Okay, so that should be it. Let's go and build that. Seems to have built just fine, except the reference component could not be found apparently, but it did succeed. So let's take a look. Yeah. Okay. Let's do a release build. Build that. So what did I have to do? Project template as an asset. Item template. That one. Don't really care about the target version. Yep. So that should be it. This should launch the experimental Visual Studio instance. Sure. And that's just... Okay, that's interesting. It just crashes. Is it the extension that it's not liking or something? Yeah, for some reason doesn't like that. Okay, well, I'll do a proper build. Sure. That should have given me the correct file, so let's go ahead and close all of these. I will also go ahead and uninstall the Hazel Tools extension. So I don't know, this could be something super weird with the template project. But in theory, this should now work. Yeah, so we have that here. We just call it test. Hey! Except it has to be protected, not public. Okay, cool, that works. So let's go ahead and quickly uninstall again. Close that. Because that just solved a lot of things. And then, I don't know. I'm wondering if there's anything else kind of scripting related that I should work on. Not strictly with the extension, more specifically like for actual Hazelnut. Yeah, let's have system be there. Cool. Name. Hazel. Entity. Root. An empty the sharp script that inherits from Hazel entity boss or something like that. What does the icon look like? That. That's fine. Sure. Let's go and build. Okay. So I'm actually considering probably on, what day is it today? It's Tuesday, okay. So probably on Thursday, I'm gonna start working on some like tools, like actual tools in Hazelnut. Because that's something that I really wanna make sure we have. Because one thing I always hate about Unity is the fact that they don't provide you with a lot of kind of useful tools out of the box. Whereas something like Unreal actually does do that. So now if I come in here and I add a new item, we should be able to search for Hazel. yeah, Hazel into the script. Call it my entity. And I don't know why they do this, but you know, it's whatever. And that now works. Cool. Awesome. I'll be sure to push this as an update to the extension later on today. But yeah, I would love to have some like actual useful tools for like level editing and stuff like that. So like prefab brushes that lets you paint like just kind of click and drag, and maybe like it will play some randomly selected prefabs, for an example. Okay. I should remember to build this project. Oh. You know what? Let's just delete that file. There we go. Huh. One thing is, it doesn't actually seem to automatically reload when the file didn't exist. Which is interesting. What? Reference to version 0. Except that's not true. I don't think. Where is it? Apparently it doesn't have a... What? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, okay, let's kill it. What? We don't have that? We should definitely have that. Because we have... Oh, I know why. It's because we don't include this in the actual project in pre-make. Okay. Now I get it. So... First of all, we need to modify this. What is this song? It's so boring. And where do we have speak for? Yeah, because we only include source. So it's properties, assembly info. And I'll just do that. Another thing I'm gonna have to work on is making sure we can update those kind of project pre-made files through Hazel now. So you don't actually have to like go in and manually edit them, because that's a bit of a pain. Okay. So this should now reload. Hello? Okay, how do I even specify that then? Property definition? No. No. Is it like an item definition or something? This is annoying. Add that. Will that actually register it? Yes. So if we manually add it, it works. So open up Sublime real quick so we can take a look at the project. Is it app designer folder or something? Okay. I'm just gonna make a copy of this, because I'm gonna go ahead and actually delete it. That way, Hazel script or let's do 1000. Okay. What? Thank you. Go ahead and save that. is it exists kind of like this. Alright. So if we take a look in here then, kind of just see it as a compiled thing. And if I then regenerate the project, we no longer get it. Why? Like, it's not actually included though. Could it be that? Yeah, for some reason it's not actually included. Which makes no sense whatsoever. Like, it's here, but it's not actually included in the project. What? So bizarre. Could it be because of this? Yeah, that open. That shouldn't matter though. Reload. No, it's just not gonna work. That diet is easy. Thanks for following. Sorry for butchering that name. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not actually sure how to get it to properly deal with assembly references or assembly info. What's this? Auto-generated, of course it is. Alright. Really? No one? No one has actually tried to do this before? I don't buy that. Specify assembly version. Well, this causes a bunch of problems. Because for some reason it doesn't actually want to include the file. Even when I actually tell it, hey, properties assembly info.cs. As I'm telling it to include the file. And yet it just doesn't do it. Why? Because I don't think... Yeah. It's refusing to do it. For some dumb reason. Is it due to like the order or something? No. I call it external. No. property definition. Which I don't think it is either. Again, no, that's not it. Because when I manually do this, include in project, I'm gonna save. Like this is still a thing. What the Whoa. What was that? Oh.
Battery 20%.
I think my headphones are low on power and they freak out. I'll be back in a moment.
Battery 20%.
Okay, I'm gonna have to not use my headphones right now because okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have some music, but I won't be listening to it because my headphones are freaking out. Okay, but it adds this, right? Does it do anything else? Because I may have to write my own kind of remake extension to get this to work properly. I mean, this all looks fine, to be honest. So why isn't it working? Yeah. That's frustrating. Also, the downside to this is I won't actually... Well, maybe it's fine then. Let's see if it works. Okay, good, it works. Basically, I just have to not let my headphones get low on power or my ears will be destroyed. Because I really kind of don't want to have to manually include the assembly info file every time. Because this is kind of counted as a special folder, I guess. So I could write an extension that just adds this. Sounds like a bit of a pain, but we may have to do it. Is it a solution item? No, shouldn't be. But yeah, so I could essentially override like the item group thing. And just add it manually, perhaps. Item definition groups. I don't want to add a custom action though. Okay, let's try something real quick. In here, I'm gonna add properties like that, and same thing for this one, which we'll do that. This is so annoying. Wait, did that work? Did it actually work now? Okay, I'm gonna test this properly. Because that definitely wasn't working before. So let's delete that. Let's also delete the solution file. Because if this magically works, I'm gonna be pissed. Does it magically work? No, it didn't. Why? Remake Visual Studio, include properties folder. Yeah. They're not exposed. So so it's not possible. That's so annoying. Okay, so I'm probably gonna ignore it for now. And I'll have to write my own, like, pre-make override to emit that code. Because I'm kind of wondering if it's also not part of, if the solution actually has anything. And we have the editor config thing. So if I now go in here and I manually include that, make sure to save. Okay, that doesn't matter. Because I'm not seeing like any major difference other than this bit. Yeah. So for now, we'll just have to manually include it, build it, and then do the same in scripting sandbox. But okay, sure. Build. So now I should at the very least be able to launch without getting a problem. Yeah, and I do. So that's a pain. Okay, one thing that would be nice to have is we can currently regenerate it. Like just like a little convenience thing, we could just do like open C# project or something, open Visual Studio solution, which would just run a command. which I think we technically have something like that. Open externally, which does that. I'd have to find the proper command though. Well, probably not. Because it just takes the file and then whichever is the default. Yeah. Let's do that. So inside editor layer, menu item, open, Visual Studio solution. Get asset directory. No, it's the project directory. Get project directory. Will that require a try catch? You mean like for the open externally thing? Also, hi Matt. I don't know if this technically requires like try catch. We don't really, like Hazel, generally speaking, we don't really care about exceptions. We would probably want to make sure that the file does exist, and if it doesn't, like disable this or just don't show it at all. Potentially. I mean, we do actually check here if it does exist, and if it doesn't, we don't run the command, so it should be safe. But I do probably want to check, like, if it does exist. Yeah. Do we have like a, yeah, we do have an enable thing there. So, let's do, don't want to do that. Let's just make it a static for now. Static string. Should probably be a file system path. Project solution path. I assume you can use FMT format here. Although I could be incorrect about that. Because, well, it's not that it's .xln. And yeah, this isn't great code, but we only support Windows, and I'm perfectly fine with this. So it's that / get project name .sln. Null pointer, file system exists, project solution path. Let's check if file system path works with the format library. And it does seem to work. Awesome. Let's see if we can verify what it's actually pointing to, so it's correct. Okay, that's not proper formatting. Sorry about that. Let's just make it a string. Let's do... Well, no, we can keep it as a file system file, as long as we provide string in here, I think. Because it should auto format the / thing. Technically. Oh, yeah. Comma instead. I mean, that doesn't look... No. How do I do this? I have to do... that, I think. That should hopefully format it properly. Because the problem is when you run a command, you kind of need backslashes, not /. Okay, so I mean, it's not grayed out. Hey, nice. Cool, so that works. We can regenerate it. Awesome. I'm happy with that. Now, what happens if it's already open? Should it, like, does it just focus the window? No. It actually opens a brand new instance. Well, that's... whatever, it's fine. But yeah, that whole pre-make assembly info CS file thing is gonna be so annoying. I don't understand why it doesn't work, because it's just a fourth file. Because like it's literally included here, but for some reason premake's not fine with it. So I'm gonna have to write an extension that manually adds this, which is not fun. Not good practice in general, I think. Okay, if I just take a look in, say, this one, the CS project for this one. What does it actually look like? Okay, so it's literally just a project reference. That's clever. So if I regenerate the project file, it's no longer there. But like everything else is identical. Yeah, literally everything else is identical. The only difference is this one. And I can't believe anyone, like no one seems to have like made an extension that does this already. Well, whatever. Actually, hang on a minute. I want to try something before I leave. If I now bring this out, we go into core. If I do that, and then do. Why do I need assembly info.cs? Because we have started. I made it so we kind of check that the Hazel kind of the project C# solutions reference the proper version of the script core. Can I disable it? We had generate assembly info. What? No, I want the assembly info thing. So I'm not sure what you mean. I do want the file, is the thing, right? Because we are checking like that the project is referencing the correct version of the script core. Because otherwise, we basically just end up with so many annoying problems, like with the actual engine code. But for some reason, Premake doesn't include the assembly info CS file, even though I tell it to. I mean, I could write it out as a custom property group and kind of always say, yes, please generate it, but that won't work the way I want it to, I don't think. So my current idea is tell it to do that. And then I'll do this. I was under the impression the stuff in this can be done in the CS project as well. It can. Yeah, it can. I think. Maybe. Well, Can it? Because if I take a look at this, maybe? Hang on. Possibly if you have it as part of the package tab in that case. And that would make it this. I mean, I probably still have to make an extension to emit that myself. Unless I can piggyback off this, which I don't think I can, but this could help potentially. Because, okay, so I'm just gonna try something real quick. If I do this, will that actually function the way I want it to? I don't think it will. Wait, hang on. When I ran this, it first does that, and then it goes back twice and into something and does that. What does this actually do? Just calls. Okay. So it calls this, which goes to root, runs it, and then it runs it for Sandbox project as well. So it could be Sandbox project that's messing it up. Hang on, this could work, because if I go in here, it could be this one. That's screwing me over. So now I have specified it for both. Okay. Just that. I think that just worked. One moment. Let me double check. So let's go ahead and close all of this. No. Let's open up this one and go on our Hazel Sandbox project. Open up that one. That has the correct file, or rather the correct properties. So does this one. Okay. So I'm now going to go ahead and, because it could have been overridden by the Sandbox project's stuff. We do that. So I may not have to do anything complicated at all. And it does work. Yes. Awesome. I'm happy with that. So I don't have to do anything complicated. It was just me being dumb. Now I do want a way to kind of update the pre-make file for any kind of project, because you can see this one doesn't have that included. So if I go ahead and generate this, we open this up. That now messes it up. So we need a way to update this one without the user having to kind of manually do that. That shouldn't be too difficult though, because the user shouldn't be modifying this either way. So all we kind of have to do is rerun create project. We kind of have to just copy this, run it again, and it should be fine. So I may actually do that right away. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure we do that immediately. Void update project. Why isn't this? Okay, sure. We'll call it update current project. This, I'm super happy with this. It's great. So we need to copy this whole thing. Project path, which should just be get project directory. And I think this needs to be converted to string, potentially. Well, maybe not. So we open up that one. Wait. Yeah, we need to actually start by doing something along the lines of this, except it's just pre-make5.lua to this, override existing. We open it up, we do the replacement, we write it back out, and then we need to run, hang on, we need to run this code again to regenerate actual Visual Studio thing. Yeah, so I think this should work. Sure. Cool. I need to actually update the template. I've forgotten to do that. Give it a shot. Did that work? I mean, let's double check to make sure it does work. So I'll remove that. Relaunch. Update. So I'm guessing that's a no. Oh, no wait, it's this one. Wait, what? No, it's not that one. It's not any of these. Again? God. Okay, something's up with my headphones. I don't know where they just start sounding insane. Let's update. Now take a look. Yeah, it does work. Although it does also screw things up. For some reason. With the project name. Why? Because copy that across. Oh, it's because of this. Well, I mean... just do that, I guess, instead. Let's give it a try now. Yeah, I don't know if my headphones are broken or whatever, but something's definitely not working properly. Update. Okay, yeah, so it works. We can now successfully update projects. And everything is in fact included. So if we give this a build, that works. We give this a build. We launch it, it should just work fine. And if I go under that, we see the correct version displayed. Cool. Alright. I'm probably gonna call it a day here. It definitely has some more stuff that I'm gonna have to work on with the scripting. But on, I think it's on Thursday, I'm probably gonna start working a bit on some like editor tools instead, just to give a bit of variety. And then on Sunday, I'm actually going to be doing I'm going to be live streaming some Unreal Engine 5 stuff, because I'm working on a small game in UE5. I'm going to be streaming that. And I'm going to do some more testing with this as well, but don't think I'm going to be streaming that. So yeah. I guess just have a good day, and hopefully I'll see you on Thursday. So